Welcome to all the classic cars, these grass especially minis. Sorry I had to do part 2, but as per usual I was talking and went over the 10 minutes and the battery failed as well. Anyway, just to finish up, so I was showing you this about this bearing, and really the thing to look for is once you've got them cleaned, you put them in a bath of whatever you want to use, diesel or whatever, or cleaner like I have in this Clark washer. Try and get everything out of it, and then just have a really good check under a good light, or even something like that. I have a magnifying glass which I can use to see detail, and then just turn the rollers and turn the taper bearing and just check that the rollers are not scored or marked. Fortunately they're not that expensive for minis, but the problem is once you start adding up all these things like CV joints and brake pads and bearings and castellated nuts, split pins, all the other stuff, it can add up to a pretty penny. But you know, you have to look at it for what it is. I mean, compared, this is a bearing from a XK, much chunkier as you can see, but you know, you can buy 3 sets of these for one of them, so it's all relative, I guess. And what I was basically trying to say to you was for cleaning this, using air to turn these is okay. You need to be careful because you can turn it at very high speed, high RPM. But it's for cleaning out fine, but there's no way really to test it. Even a ball bearing one where the load is from an inner shaft is a slightly different situation, but these are made for side load. And like I said, if you listen to this, that sounds like it's rough, but it's not. This is the second bearing I've taken out. You can see it doesn't even want to turn. This hasn't been cleaned, of course, so there's probably a bit of heavy grease in it and so on. But when you look at this, I don't think it will show in the camera. Hopefully it might. But the thing to look for, and you'll see this in this one, the difference is, hopefully this will show up. But you can see there's bluing there on the roller bearings. They're slightly darker or blued or like a rainbow colour. Now that shows that that's been overheated at some point. So in fact I wouldn't use that bearing again. It's a little tighter, it sounds alright, but the fact that it's been blued inside means to me that either it's been over torqued, so there's been too much pounds per foot put on it, or it's overheated, and this is why the rollers right in the centre, you can see that they're blued or rainbowed. This is a sure sign they're worn or they've been overheated. And if they've been overheated, then adjusting them isn't going to make any difference. So there's the difference. So just to give you an idea, this is the same. This is a taper roller bearing, the same, obviously much bigger. Now if you listen to this, you can hear it's exactly the same. Because there's no lubrication in it, and like I said, it's for putting pressure into it as the bearing goes in, and this is brand spanking new for the XK. So there's nothing wrong with that. That one I wouldn't use again because it's been blued. This one seems fine. So I'll take all this apart, start sandblasting tomorrow, and we'll go on from there. The other things, I've downloaded a little list there from Mini Spares, and in fact what I think I'll do is I'll go for the vented disc, because there's £6 of difference between a vented and a non-vented disc. The only difference with a vented disc is it will cool down quicker, and you won't get so much brake fade with it. Obviously a vented disc is there so it cools down very, very quickly, and normally you can get another style of disc where they have grooves in them or holes in them, and this is the same thing, it's to make them cool down. I don't know if you've ever seen Formula 1 racing or saloon car racing where they're braking really heavily on cornering, and the discs in Formula 1, certainly I've seen it myself, they're going white hot. The disc is completely, it's not just red, it's white hot, it's unbelievable. but you're talking massively high speeds. Anyway, so these are the things to look for with the bearings. Don't just go chucking them out, but if you see a mark on it, and even if you see a mark in just one of these, then it's constantly going to be wearing on the inner race. So you know, it's not worth messing around with. Again, they're not that expensive, but it can all add up. So what I was going to say, just to finish off, is that I'm lucky enough to have a guy not far from me who has been collecting and restoring and building minis for over 40 years. Very, very knowledgeable guy. His name's Max, and he has this massive collection. And he's quite a shy character. He's not really that interested in YouTube, which is fair enough, or computers for that matter. And I would have liked to have taken some video to show you, but he's not very keen on the idea, and fair enough, so I didn't do it. But he did let me take some photographs some time back, which I'd like to show you. So if you have any questions or comments, you want to ask something, if I don't know the answer to it, Max is only a phone call away from me, and I can call him. It's not that easy to get older sometimes, but I can call him. And what this guy doesn't know about minis, everything from the start, from 1959, it's really unbelievable. It's not worth knowing, to be honest. He's that good, this guy. Anyway, just to let you see, I'm going to pick up the camera and I'll show you. Unfortunately, again, these might not come out very well, but I'll try my best to show them to you. As I say, he's not a person for being on YouTube or anything like that, and he's just been a collector all his life. It's a dream he had from a boy about collecting minis, and he did exactly that. He has around 50-60 minis inside his workshop, stacked on top of each other, and then quite a few outside as well. But very knowledgeable. So if you need anything, and I can't answer, I can certainly give it to Max. So I'll pick this up and show you. So this is how he has his cars. You can see they're basically all stacked on. I don't know if that's going to show properly. Hopefully it will. You can see he's got like 3 cars in the front. There's 6 in each bay, so they're on steel beams here, and he uses a forklift to put them in. So there's 6 in each bay. And he's got pickups, ERF turbos, the last one ever made, in fact, and bunch. I think there's around between 50 and 60 in this place. This is another one. Unfortunately, this one's a bit dark. I don't think that will come out very well, but I think you can see them. There's 3, then there's another 3 behind. There's pickups, there's vans, there's all kinds. He's got all different types. Not all of them are running, of course, but majority are in very good condition. So, and this is a car I bought some time ago, last year I think it was. I bought it from a guy. It's a little Austin 7. And it was a runner, and I bought it off a guy because I looked at it and it seemed pretty good. It was all complete. And one of the things I found out about this car was that on the windows of these older cars, they have it's etched into the glass. It says triplex laminated glass or whatever. And underneath this, in very tiny etched writing, if you want to know what at least what the glass is or the body is normally, because people won't go to the bother of changing all the glass, where it says triplex, each letter will have a tiny little etched dot under it, and you can go to a code and that will tell you. Like, I know that this car, well, certainly all the glass in it and everything else, it was 1963, and I bought the car and I sold it on because there was some heritage issues I didn't like about it, and so I moved it on. And made a nice profit on it as well. I think €1,000 or something. So, but this is, if you want to have a check, if you just look at this triplex with the dots, then that's the way it works. So, as I say, if you've got any questions, just send them in. And as I say, if I can't answer them, then I'll talk to Max. But just to show you how nice this was, this Mini, there's the boot on it. You can see, it's absolutely mint. I mean, I've seen cars at 2000 that are worse than this. It's a nice little car, needed quite a bit of work, but it really was a nice little car, baby Austin 7, or Austin 7. So that's it for tonight, and I won't do one now till probably Tuesday, because I'm sure you're bored shitless with them. So anyway, I hope there's some interest here. Bye for now. Take care, have a nice weekend. Bye.